Hello, my friend. Thank you for joining me here today. We have been working nonstop to try to get settled into our new home, and I thought it'd be fun to just share with you some looks of what this looked like. Looks like lots of boxes, lots of work, and in fact, I still have so many more boxes yet to unpack. They're just in the garage as I've been slowly making my way through each little box and each little room to try to get it a little more cozy. It has been exhausting work, but I'm thankful that we've had helpers when we need them. I do not have a place for everything and everything in its place just yet, but we're making progress. We're usually a little tuckered out by the end of the day, but we're getting there. I wanted to share with you some things that we first did when we moved in. So I felt like this home needed a little more light. So we took down valances and stickers that were on the windows to just try to let in more natural light. Just feel like I needed it. Now, Kevin, aka Mr. Tidbits, had his work cut out for him right away when we first moved in. I know many of you have been concerned about the lavender that we grew and planted in our other home. And the last day of moving out, we dug it all up. It was quite an effort. And Kevin's been replanting them around the house. Now, while we do have this big field that has just been proven super fun for us to play in, hopefully someday we plant a lot of that with lavender, but right now we just sprinkled it around the house and it's doing pretty good. The other thing Kevin needed to do was to build a chicken coop, which is funny that that was a first priority for us, but we brought a lot of chickens with us and they only had this little shed that's not ideal for a coop. And so this is one of the first things we wanted to set our minds at doing, and it has turned out so cute. There were actually leftover cedar shingles from this house that Kevin found up in the attic, so he used those for the roof of the chicken coop. The coop is just going to be so adorable. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful today to have a sponsor for this video and want to introduce you to Valencia home theater seating. As you can see, we tried to bring our furniture from our last home into this one. And as is so often the case, your old furniture is not suited for different homes. Often it's the layout, the colors, but that can be a challenge when you're moving. So I was extremely grateful, like beyond grateful, when Valencia reached out to me and wanted me to try their Valencia Gabriele leather sofa. And I'm going to tell you all about it, but I just have to say, friends, the Lord provides. We desperately needed something that would work better for this space. It may be a year or more before we actually get to any sort of paint or remodeling. And this Valencia Gabriele leather sofa works perfectly for this space. It is absolutely beautiful. While I hoped that our old furniture would work in here, I'm actually relieved to replace it because our sweet little pup, in his first year of life, he bit quite a few holes in the leather slipcovers. So I sold some on Facebook for people that wanted to buy new slipcovers for them, and we started unboxing the new sofa. One of my favorite features are these sturdy brass legs that they have. I think it's really unique. I've never seen a leather sofa with these brass leg supports. I think it's quite beautiful. I did end up rolling out the same rug that we had in our last living room because I think it works well with it, and the coffee table. Now, something I was thinking about the style of this sofa, which kind of surprised me. I knew right away that it had more of a modern look, and maybe you love that, but as you know, I usually lean towards more cozy cottage. However, I feel like this is a very adaptable piece. I feel like it can adapt to its surroundings. If you have farmhouse style, mid-century modern style, which because this home was built in the 70s, it actually fits the style really well just as it is. But I feel like it can adapt to the look of your home quite well because of its basic shape and style. The leather is really high quality. It almost has a vintage feel to it, which is another reason I love it so much. It does have a deep seat and a lower back, so that's something to consider. I actually like the deep seat because you can layer throw pillows on there, and when you sit down with the pillows behind you, it is almost a perfect amount to just sit in. But the other thing I love about this sofa is how kid and pet proof it is. It is made from 100% semi-aniline leather. We are really enjoying this sofa, and I was delighted to share it with you. The hardest spaces for me to unpack and get functioning was the kitchen. Now, before we moved, I actually did a whole video on kitchen organization in our last home, which I didn't know for sure that we were going to move at that time, so I was just desperate to do it, but I'm glad I did it because it made moving a lot easier. But so many of you mentioned in the comments of that video how nice it was to have that much storage in a kitchen. And let me tell you, after moving into this kitchen, I am having kitchen envy right along with you. I did not realize how much storage was in our last home, and that has been a challenge for me. I've tried to make it work. These are old cabinets, but they're still functioning really good, so I put some cabinet liners in there. There are different things that I'm getting used to, like these slide-out wire racks, which are kind of cool, but I'm just trying to figure out how to stock an older kitchen, which I've never had to do. And with as many things that we are accustomed to using in the kitchen, it's been difficult. So this room off of the kitchen that I told you in the inside tour that I was hoping to make it a pantry, right now it just still needs to function as a pantry. We need so much more food storage. So what we've done is kind of place some of our random furniture that we had in our last home and stocked it with food and drink supplies and snacks and whatnot. And it's actually looking kind of cute. There is this laundry room that has cupboards that I've used also for a lot of our food, but it is so tight, as you can see. One other thing we had to adapt to was our last dining table was huge and doesn't fit in this little nook. And we remembered that we had stored a round table that we used to use in our schoolroom, but we were able to make that fit and work, and I like to decorate it. I just want to end this video with some encouragement. A sweet friend brought over this A Mother's Touch book, and I opened it up to this page that said, "The goodness of home is not dependent on wealth or spaciousness or beauty or luxury. Everything depends on the mother." And as the keeper of my home, I felt like that was really encouraging. Even though this home currently isn't my ideal or my idea of a perfect interior, I am excited about the idea of just embracing it and trying to make it feel homey and welcoming for us, even right now, even as we're trying to get settled and adjusted. I feel like it is a keeper's touch to manage a home well, no matter the situation we're in. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Things aren't going to look perfectly perfect or like they usually have on my channel or my blog, but I'm really enjoying this stage of life where I get to experiment, try new things, open up my mind to a new style and an invitation to get better at design and keeping my home. So many of you have left comments to me to just live in my space before I make any changes. And I have written that advice on my heart, and I'm trying to slow down and embrace the home as it is right now to really get a feel for it before I welcome any changes or even push up my sleeves to make them. So thank you everyone for joining me, for sharing your wisdom with me. I may not be able to respond to all the comments, but I just treasure your connection and the time that you spend with me. Hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of us getting settled in our new home. Thank you so much. I will be back very soon to share more inspiration for the keeper of the home.